So, friends, enemies, in this show, I'm going to put something a little bit more tender than my fingers in this mousetrap. It's not that kind of show, enemies.
Pain Olympics.
But I am going to put something very tender. All right, here we go. Yeah, you can hear that. There you go. Welcome to the show. All right, now what you're going to... Oh, what? Good idea. All right, now you can understand what I'm going to say. Let me take the crap off of the head with you. There we go.
Oh.
There we go. You can hear it now. Now this is exactly what I'm talking about. I just set off this mousetrap on my tongue, and some of you were kind of quiet. I need you to fight that urge. I need you to scream when you see something weird. And all of this show, let's face it, is something weird. Can you handle that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen stuff.
All right, so, friends, enemies, you just saw me snap a mousetrap on my tongue. Was that dangerously stupid enough for you?
No!
Wow, I was really hoping for a much shorter show today. All right, well, okay, I brought a slightly bigger trap. Ooh, yeah, you can do with that, yeah, all right. Now, what I hold in my hands is a long spring, which is what this steel bar is. It is a long spring leg hold trap. These have been banned in over 7 states due to their cruel and inhumane nature. But what happens is the furrier or the animal trapper will put out the trap. They will press down on the spring, opening the jaws, flipping the dog over, and trapping the dog under the pan, having a set trap. Now, the chain on the end is usually tied to a deadfall or a log so that the animal, once trapped, cannot get away, hence the cruel and unusual. Now, the way this works is they set this, and I'm going to go underneath the bars, the jaws of the trap. I'm not in danger at any moment at this particular time, but I did want you to see what this looks like when it goes off. When the animal steps on the pan, it certainly closes with quite a bit of snap. So, I'm going to reset this. Here we go, open. There we go, and flip it over, and it is set again. Now, I am going to put a very sensitive part of my body into this trap, and it's not that kind of show. I already went over that. We're not going to be doing that at this show, okay? All right, but... Ooh, and all of a sudden they turn. All right. Now, friends and enemies, any magician will put 4 fingers in this trap. Sir, please pick a number between 1 and 4. 1. 1, he said. All right. Hey, he said 1. He said 1. That was his choice. Let's spell it out. O-N-E. That one goes away. So I have 3 fingers to go in the trap. Some of you are less than impressed, but you know, whatever. Here we go. These are my fingers. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it.
The trap, huh?
All right, now, so that I can do this properly, this is where you get to shine and you get to help me. I am a pain-proof man.
Yeah.
I've worked years to become so, but I need your cheers to get me amped for this part, all right? So, what I'm going to have you do, friends of Dash, is chant, no, Dash, don't. No,
Dash, don't! No, Dash, don't! No, Dash, don't!
No, Dash, don't! And enemies of Dash,
don't!
Very good, all right, hold on.
No, Dash, don't!
Enemies of Dash.
No, Dash, don't!
Equally as important. You have snap that trap. Snap that trap. Snap that trap. Snap that trap. All right, all right, all right. Frenemies in the middle. This is where I told you come in. You can either chant, no dash don't, or you can chant, snap that trap, or you're in the middle. We're going to go from one side to the other. You can say it all right? You get the most out of this. All right, let's try it, all right?
No, Dash, don't!
And,
Dash, don't!
and,
No, Dash, don't!
and,
No, Dash, don't!
come on!
No,
feel that at all. All right, I'm going to go over to not my enemy section. Would you like to pull on the chain? You pull the chain, make sure that is actually locked onto those fingers. That is actually on. Okay, you could not do that quite so hard, or I'm going to move you over. I'm going to make you change your seats. All right, Howard, you want to try and pull that chain? That is actually on there. Can you see that the blood is actually getting cut off? You can let go. All right. All right, I'm going to get this off the hand now because it hurts. All right, here we go. And oh, look at that! Look at that! It even went through to the other side. You can cheer at that! Now here's the question. Am I okay? Am I all right? Obviously not in the head. Not in the head at all. But I am okay. You can cheer at that! All right, friends and enemies, we have come to the point in the show where I must ask you once again, was that dangerously stupid enough for you? Well, you're in luck. I brought a bigger trap.
Live dragon reaction.
Well, actually, this is an 8-inch beaver trap, but close enough. All right, now, friends, enemies, this is the exact same type of trap that I just had, only obviously much bigger. Now, as this is a much bigger trap and is much stronger, it does require a tool to set it. Friends and enemies, I'm here to tell you today that I am that tool.
Are you?
Yeah, but I actually do have a real tool to help me set this because it is that big. All right, so I'm going to slip this on here. There we go. You go under. All right, and come on. Oh, there we go. All right, we're going to lock that into place here with that. Okay, we're going to open this up, flip that over, and trap it. Then we're going to take the tool off. All right, and we have one set trap. Are you ready for this? Yeah! I'm glad you are, because there's no way I am. All right, now, as this is a much bigger trap, I'm going to need a much bigger item to put in this trap. Stop it. Stop it. We've already covered this. All right, you frenemies, I think you're deciding now. All right, so I'm going to put my entire hand in it. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start chanting because I need you behind me. I need you behind me so that I can do this, all right? Let's start that out, and I'm going to put my hand in the trap. Ready? Let's start it.
No dash don't.
No dash don't. Come on.
No dash don't.
Let's go. No dash don't. That's right.
No dash don't.
Come on. No dash don't. Let's go.
No dash don't.
Come on. No dash don't. And 3, 2, 1. Wait a minute. Oh, come on, hold on. I forgot to tell you something. I forgot to tell you something very important. This is a very big trap. I am putting my entire hand in this trap. If when I set off the trap and the jaws close on my hand, and it severs my hand from the rest of my arm, sending my hand spiraling all the way to the back of the crowd, spraying the audience with blood.
A bloody stump.
Wow! You're very bloodthirsty today, frenemies. Yes, indeed. Please catch it. Bring it up to me after the show. I'll sign it for you. It'll make a great souvenir. It's handmade. All right, here we go. This time for realsies. Let's go.
Dash don't.
Come on.
No dash don't.
Let's go.
No dash don't.
Come on. Louder.
No dash
Come
don't.
on. Come on.
No dash
Come
don't.
on.
No dash don't.
3, 2, 1. That is actually on there. Sir, do you want to try and pry open the jaws? Try and pry those. That's actually locked on the wrist, isn't it? That is actually on there, isn't it? Would you like to try and open that up just a little bit? That's actually on there, isn't it? You can see how the blood is being cut. Yeah, you can see how the blood is starting to get cut off. Let's get this off the hand. All right, here we go. All right, friends, enemies, sometimes getting it off the hand is more dangerous than getting it on the hand. There we go, all right. All right. Come on. And no! Oh! Now, obviously, that was amazing. So, I must ask you once again, friends, enemies, was that dangerously stupid enough for you? All right, I think I got it. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Let's get one of these. Yeah. All right. Let's dry off a little bit. Go over to the danger board and I've got a 6-inch spike.
Oh shit!
Some of you are doubting me. I'm a guy. It's 6 inches. All right, it's only 4. It's only 4. But it is a spike. Now, this is a stainless steel nail that you would find in any home and garden store, any of your do-it-yourself. The only difference between this nail and any other nail that you would purchase is it's got 2 heads on it. And we'll cover out why it has 2 heads on that in just a moment. But first, I'm going to take this spike, and I'm going to take this hammer, and I'm going to hammer this spike into my skull. Do you want to see it? Thank you for saying no. They want to see too much. All right. But they're here for the show. They want to see the carnage. Here we go. 1 spike into the skull with a hammer. Here we go. All right.
R/I black.
2, 3. Not a single one of you is going to stop me. I see how it is. I see how it is.
Such is humanity.
That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Here we go. I'm actually going to do it. Center of the skull. Hammer. Oh my God. Oh, stop. Come on now. All right. I know not any of you are actually impressed by this. After the last 2 years of playing, no one's impressed by how far you can stick something up in your nose. We're just not impressed. It's just not a thing. So when I was coming out here to do this, I was like, well, how can I change this so it'll be slightly different and much more interesting? So instead of anybody being impressed by how it went in, how about we become more impressed by how it comes back out?
That's right.
All right, now, friends, enemies, while you're sitting there watching me with a nail in my face, I have a question for you. How many of you were kids at one point in your life? That should be all of you!
I was a hatchling.
All right, now, when you were a kid and you had a loose tooth, what did they tell you? That you could take a string and tie it around that loose tooth. I just so happen to have a length of string.
Oh no.
And a nail in my face. That has 2 heads. All right, now, what do you do with the other end of the string?
Flush it down the toilet.
You put it around a doorknob, right? You slam the door. Well, sadly, looking around my stage, I don't have a single door with a doorknob, so I think I need to improvise. I think some of you are following where I'm going. I wish it was a much shorter trip. All right, yes, I have a crossbow bolt and I have a crossbow. All right, now, for this next act, I'm going to have to ask you to move over to the side. If you've ever heard the term snot rocket, you're about to see it. You need to move over, you need to clear out of the way. Thank you kindly. All right, so I'm going to take this crossbow bolt that is tied to the nail that has been hammered in my head. Sir, I will aim for you. You are in the enemy section. I'm going to load this and I'm going to aim for that tube over there. Now, friends and enemies, I will tell you, Most of the time, I make the target. It goes into the tube and the nail is left hanging. Sometimes, I miss the target. Usually I hit the target, but it doesn't go in. Now, if I make this target, you're all going to go wild with applause. However, if I miss the target, you're going to be even louder. And the reason for that is when I pull the trigger, the aiming could go a little wonky. Let's reason out why. I am a weirdo in the woods standing on a stage in funny clothes. I'm holding a crossbow that is loaded with a bolt that has been tied with a string to a nail in my skull. When it leaves the crossbow, it's got some work to do. It could go off. Now for this, I'm going to need to aim with my chin. If my head is too far forward or too far back, the nail upon exiting will either scrape the top or bottom of my sinus cavity, causing a geyser of blood.
Yeah! Don't do that!
Thank you, enemies. Now, which is all, in all honesty, when I was learning this, my towel started out as white. So, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah!
All right, for this, I'm going to need you to give me a drum roll. There we go. All right. I'm aiming. I'm breathing. I'm not wearing my glasses. 3, 2, 1. Here's the gross part. Oh yeah, that was gross. All right. Yeah, you can cheer it down. Currently, I am the only one in the world that is actually doing that. Oh, let me not swing that around. All right, you know what? That was a classic routine. I need to finish it on a classic note. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Whoa, is that blood? Is that blood? No, it's not. Oh, come on. That joke is older than I am. Come on. And I'm old. All right, audience, friends, and enemies both. Was that dangerously stupid enough for you?
Yes!
Okay. All right. I tell you what. Just so that you are all satisfied, I'm going to have to pull out my most dangerously stupid act of all. This act is so dangerous that it has actually killed several performers over the years performing this act. Now this act is none other than the ancient art of sword swallowing! All right, friends and enemies, how many of you have seen a sword swallower before? All right, a good number of you. All right, so that those of you that have seen this will be old news. Those of you that have never seen sword swallowing, you're going to get a treat. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up. I'm going to raise this up in the air. I'm going to drop it down into the back of my throat. It's then going to pass into my esophageal tract. It will go between the lungs and behind the heart, slightly nudging the heart forward just a little bit on its path. In fact, once it is all the way in, if you pay attention to the pommel, you may be able to see the beating of my heart bouncing in it. It is very difficult to see, but it is happening. Now, before I do this, I will also admit, most people, after I swallow the sword, there is inevitably going to be someone that doesn't believe that I actually did it. You need to stay off the stage. They don't believe that I've actually done it. They think that it is a trick sword, that I hit a button somewhere and it recoils up into the handle and it disappears, and I'm not actually doing what I'm telling you. So, honestly, if you don't think that I'm actually doing it, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to swallow this one. No, I'm not going to.
I don't want you.
No, I'm not swallowing. I'm not swallowing the sword.
Swallow the sword.
I'm going to swallow the fly swatter instead.
Ew.
Fly swatter.
Unsanitary.
I want you to know without a shadow of a doubt that what I'm doing is real. If I tell you that I'm going to swallow this fly swatter, I can tell you that it's going to be done because there is no handle for it to roll up into. Friends, enemies both, the entire thing is nothing but handle. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line myself up with this and I'm going to slide it down in my throat. Now, friends and enemies, once I have swallowed this fly swatter, you are going to go crazy. Yeah. All right, I need to hear that. But once it is inside me, pay attention to the fly swatter, okay? I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen, but I guarantee you, with 100% accuracy, it is completely on brand.
Sorry, what did you say?
All right, it is in fact dangerously stupid, and you're going to watch it. You ready?
Yeah!
Here we go. You don't let that go. Here we go. You can cheer it back! That's right, your boy's got skill. Thank you. All right, but I tell you what, that was wonderful, that was great, but you do not get the title of being a sword swallower until you swallow the sword! All right, friends and enemies, I am about to swallow this sword, but before I do want to let you know that as soon as my show is done, I will clear the stage and I will be back at the back of the theater if you'd like to say hi, if you'd like to shake my hands or take a picture. I also have, this year only, colorized pins of don't, no dash don't, or snap that trap. You can pick one up in the back of the theater as well. All right?
Woo!
All right, here we go. Now, but before I do this, I do need one audience member volunteer.
Woo!
I do need an audience member volunteer. You really do. I tell you what, man. All right, come on. What's your name? Jonathan? Jackson. Everyone give Jackson a round of applause. All right, Jackson. In a moment, you are going to become the most important thing to this show, all right? You are going to become the star of the show. You want to know why? All right, because what's going to happen is I'm going to do this, I'm going to drop it inside me, and then I'm going to take a bow while they all go wild. And while I'm taking that bow, I'm going to sweep the audience and I'm going to end up over here. At that point, you are going to have the best seat in the audience. They will see the sword inside me and me bent over. You're going to see the sword going down my throat.
Oh my.
Some people may get grossed out by that and vomit. Are you going to vomit? I need a different volunteer. I'm just kidding. No one's got time to clean up vomit. All right, now.
You'd be surprised.
This is very important. When I come around to you, I want you to hold your hand out. All right? I'm going to put the sword in your hand. Can you do that? So put your hand, there you go. I want you to hold on to the sword, and that is very important wording. I want you to hold onto the sword. I am going to back myself off the sword. All right? Once I do, raise the sword up in the air. Everyone's going to give you a round of applause. You are the star of the show. All right? Yeah. Now, give Jackson another round of applause now. All right, Jackson. This is very important. I have built this entire Dangerously Stupid show, doing one dangerously stupid thing after the other, only to culminate in this very moment where I am going to be doing the ultimate dangerously stupid thing, and that is putting my life into the hands of a child.
All right.
We have to have an agreement, okay? So what that means is when I put the sword handle in your hand, please don't twist it. No rotations. And whatever you do, don't try to stick it down farther. You know why? Because it'll go through my back. Well, it may not go through my back, but I tell you what, I've eaten a lot of crab dip today, and you'll be in the line of fire. And I don't have time to clean up vomit. We covered that, all right? You good with that? All right, step right up here, Jackson. All right, friends and enemies, are you ready for this? All right. Now, before I swallow this, I give you the same words of wisdom that have been passed down through the years. Before we swallow, we always say, down the hatch without a scratch. Here we go. Yeah! All right, now's not the time to make me laugh. All right, here we go. Ready? All right, here we go.
No, dash, no.
No.
Because you were such a great volunteer, I do have a very limited shirt for you. Yes, you get your own Dangerously Stupid Stop That Trap t-shirt. That is yours. Thank you so much. Friends, enemies. Next appearing upon this stage is Denty the Moor, the luckiest man alive. I beg you to watch him. You'll enjoy him every bit as me. Now, I will tell you, my name is Rippington. I hope you've had a wonderful show. I had a great time for you today. I have been dangerously stupid. Thank you very much.